Hello, I'm Pedro. I'm the founder of Spread. Spread solves a different problem, although related to collaboration, a slightly different problem than the other tools that you already see. The others are great once you have a team or a department that wants to work together and share documents and want to communicate with each other. The problem is how to find the right people to collaborate. That's the problem of the collaboration. And once you find those people, how do you put them to work together? And if this problem is worse, if these people are scattered across different geographical locations. So that's how Spread started the idea. We want, with Spread, to gather the right people around the right activities at the right time. That's our tagline. And we think that by doing that, we are maximizing the talents that you have in your company, the people that nobody knows that is an expert on something or is interested on something, or that should be working together with the other person on the other side of the globe. And having said that, I will start with the demo. And I want to introduce cabling. And we have these 5 people inside cabling that I will focus. We have Adam, he's in engineering, and David also. You can see that they are scattered across the globe. This is important. We have Teresa and Dat, which are in customer support, and we have Joe, which is in the factory. And I have to explain that Spread works automatically. So before I go to the demo, I have to tell a little bit how we do that. So these people, on their everyday work, they use tools, like, for example, they use Google Docs, or they schedule appointments in Google Calendar, or they use a CRM, or they put files in shared folders. So these activities, Spread can connect to those tools and learn and extract those activities to build an internal knowledge base of what everyone is doing. So these people don't have to work the other way. They work as usual, they work with the tools they are used to, and Spread will do this thing behind the curtain. So once Spread is plugged in to those tools, it will start learning what everyone is doing in order to build a profile of everyone. And this takes time. You have to collect a lot of activities, not a lot, but some activities, until you start getting relevant results about everyone. For example, it can take 1 week, 2 weeks. For the purpose of this demo, we built a special component that packs into 20 minutes as many activities as you would get in like 2 weeks work. So you will see a lot of activity going on, but that's necessary for the engine behind this to learn faster. So I will now jump to Seismic. I don't know if some of you may have heard about this. Seismic is a free tool that allows you, that you can install in Windows or Mac, and that allows you to follow all your social networks. You can follow Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. So we built a plugin for this tool so that you can also follow, Spread, what's going on inside your company. Yeah, can you start injecting activities? Okay. On the left hand side timeline, you can see on the top it says everything. And these ones on the right, they say important. And one is what's important for that, and the other is what's important for that. I'm just showing everything just that you can see that a lot of activities are going on in the company. But usually you just close that timeline because you only want to see what's important. This is a very typical activity stream that you can see in almost all social tools. This is automatically, people are not inserting this manually. This is automatic. You can see, for example, Adam here just updated a document in Confluence, for example, one of the tools that we are able to connect to. And Beth just updated the data from a client in the internal CRM. You have also files that are being added to a folder by Daisy in Dropbox. So we connect to all these tools, and this is all automatic. So until now, this is not really different from what you can achieve with other tools. The difference is that at a certain point, important activities will start to show automatically without people telling anything, without people telling what are their interests, what are their topics, or having to search or filter. It's just automatic. It will start showing up in these timelines in a moment. You can see the last activity from Beth is related to something called lens filters. It's a client name. I can show you, for example, what is the profile. This was the profile of Beth before Spread was capturing her activities. Now I will refresh. And it shows the last event that Beth has done. But most important is this. We are able to extract keywords from activities and apply those keywords to a learning algorithm. And now we know that Beth has been working a lot with lens filters and less so with Anchor. And this will grow with time, will change with time as Beth starts doing other activities. So, let's see. Are we?
Still have to wait a little bit for
the third, it's in the third slide, okay. So, while it doesn't show up for Beth an important activity, you can see an important thing. It's this log. This says that this activity is restricted to a certain group of people. So the privacy is assured by inheriting the permission model of the source. So, for example, if we connect to Dropbox, and Dropbox, that particular folder, is restricted to a group of people, Spread will not break that permission model. We will respect that. Okay. We have the first important activity for Beth, and it's from Teresa. What happened? Teresa, which normally doesn't answer calls from lens crafters, for some reason answered a call from lens crafters. And it was the first time that she was talking with this client. Beth is an expert in lens crafters. So Beth was alerted that Teresa, on the other side of the globe, Beth and Teresa don't know each other. This is important. Teresa, on the other side of the globe, answered the call from this client. So Beth can go here and, for example, offer help. So what we have done here, we put these two people that don't know each other, that belong to the same company, in touch, and we promoted an interaction between them. We are not sure that they will be collaborating after this, but we are creating an opportunity for collaboration that wouldn't happen probably if it weren't for Spread. So this is, they can now collaborate using the other tools. They can use instant messaging or Skype or whatever tool they feel, or email. But the starting point of culture is really our focus. So now we have another important activity coming for Adam.
So this is the important timeline for Adam, and what it says, David updated a document in a shared folder, and it's about an internal project called Polycarp that's going on inside Cambridge. And why did Adam receive this alert? In this case, it's not keywords, because we use several factors to determine if it's important or not an activity. In this case, it's just because Adam, sometime in the past, you can see here that Adam also updated this file, this very same file. So this is another factor that can trigger these alerts. If you edit the file and after a few minutes or hours someone also edits that file, you probably want to know about it. But more complex factors can be taken into account. And in this case, David, after that, also updated some images in a folder called design. Why is this important for Adam? If we go to Adam's profile, we can see that Spread has learned that Adam works a lot with design documents. It works with documents that have the word design, or in folders that have the word design, or that use the word design a lot in his activities. So that's the reason why adding images to a folder called design is important for Adam. Another case is Joe. If you remember, Joe works on the factory and is testing cables right now. And he just put an issue in the internal issue tracker saying that the test didn't go well. So this is important for David, but why is it important for David? Let's go to David's profile. Again, this profile was not inserted by David. David didn't do anything. And we can see that David has been working with a test plan. Actually, David was the one that designed the test that Joe just did. So David was alerted that a test that he imagined didn't go well in the factory. And this is because there was a match between the words in the issue that Joe just inserted and the past activities that David has done in other tools. We don't care about the tools that were used. If they were both only working with the issue tracker, you wouldn't need Spread. But David was designing this test plan in other tools. So we can match all these tools. We also have these social mechanisms, kind of Facebook. You can like an activity. You already seen comments. All these activities also train the algorithm. If you like a lot certain kind of activities, you probably be interested in receiving those similar activities in the future. One interesting point. So this is very important. In most tools, this profile already exists, but people have to insert it by hand. And the problem with that is it takes a lot of effort, but most of all, it's always outdated because people don't keep it up to date. As they move to other projects, they don't reflect that on the profile. Spread is able to reflect that automatically. And the last activities that we have, that we are inserting, will demonstrate, because you can see Beth is an expert in lens spreaders, but Teresa now is doing a lot of work with lens spreaders, and Beth no longer is working with lens spreaders. So if we refresh, we can see now that this has changed without Beth doing anything besides her usual work, and we can see that Teresa is now the expert in lens spreaders. So this is completely dynamic, this top text. So just to wrap it up, why we are different. So users don't have to learn a new tool to use Spread. Actually, they have to use their usual tools. The more tools they use, the more Spread is relevant for them. So Spread, I think it's great to have so many tools here because you can connect to all of them and give more value on top of them.